I honestly adore moas so much, yet all are so cute. The fandom is so nice to be a part of, like I never see any moas in fan wars. This may be because I'm not super interactive, but from a more distanced point of view, the fandom is very chill. I'm also definitely biased here because I adore TXT so much, but how can you not love moas? Okay, before I say anything, NCT is my alt group and I love them, but this fandom is a fucking mess. This may just be because of the nature of NCT, like having 3 different groups, but people seem so keen on tearing down different subunits and comparing them with one another. I understand people are biased towards subunits, hell, I'm guilty of this with 127, but that doesn't justify using it to hate on other subunits. This is the same thing with toxic solo standing. So many NCT solo stans vehemently bring down other members, even if they did nothing wrong. And don't even get me started with the shippers, that's an entire topic on its own. I know orbits get a really bad rap, and a few years ago this was especially true. The phrase "stan Loona" was literally everywhere, even on posts not even related to Loona, and it was used in really inappropriate situations as well. Like 2016 to 2018-ish was not the best time to be in orbit. However, I feel the fandom has calmed down a bit, but orbits definitely take humor too far at points, and they are very guilty of assuming sexualities. It's not cool, guys. Needless to say, most orbits I encounter are pretty chill and simply want to support Loona, especially in the past year. You guys are cool. I don't have much to say on reveluvs, but this fandom also seems pretty chill. I don't see reveluvs involved in many fandom wars, but they low-key have a superiority complex, but I don't mean this in a negative way. Red Velvet is definitely worthy of praise, but maybe dial it down a notch. exo-ls used to be so much worse, like before 2019-ish. It seemed like there were fan wars with BTS almost every day, all of which were entirely pointless and just pitting both groups against each other. Also there was, and still is, the discourse around @12, @9, @8, and so on a broken bar. It was also unproductive, like instead of fighting with other exo-ls, how about we support EXO instead? The fandom seems to be guilty of toxic solo stans as well, but I don't see them all that often. There is definitely a higher percentage of Delulu exo-ls in comparison to other fandoms, specifically in regards to shipping. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but Ken and Chanyeol are probably not dating. Very Larry type beat. It is 2022 now, we don't need this. But generally exo-ls seem chill now, but maybe that's just because EXO is sorta in military hiatus now. I know armies get a bad reputation like stays, but I see armies in so many fan wars with like every other fandom. It's always over the stupidest shit, like awards or music charts. I know every fandom is guilty of this, but with armies it seems to be multiplied on an exponential scale, but this is probably due to just sheer fandom size. Also, the shippers are scary. And it seems like armies can't take criticism on BTS's music without seeing it as a direct attack on BTS, but I guess all fandoms are guilty of this. On a better note, BTS used to be my alt a few years ago and armies were always welcoming. I met a lot of great people through the fandom, and even today armies are very sweet. Now, I'm not part of the fandom, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, but you guys can be borderline annoying, I'm so sorry. There seem to be a lot of toxic solo stans who act like Blackpink isn't even a group, and I see fan wars on the timeline every other hour. YG Entertainment definitely doesn't help with this, and you all get like one comeback once an eternity, so in that regard I feel sorry for you guys. You all can be rather problematic at times, and there seems to be fan wars every other day. But most stays I've met have been super sweet, and it sucks that the more toxic ones seem to have the loudest voice. When I was in my Stray Kids phase for like a hot week, the fandom seemed really welcoming and really supportive of the members, which I really love. I know stays get a pretty bad reputation, especially as of recently, And it's understandable with a lot of fandom wars, but on an individual level stays are pretty nice.